Hello, my name is Adelaide Morningstar, and I want to introduce you to my kitchen garden or cottage garden. A cottage garden is any garden or small plot of land that you use outside your kitchen door or your front door to grow medicinal, culinary, or aromatic herbs. Amongst your cottage garden, you can always grow perennials, annuals, roses, or bushes. My cottage garden, living in the high desert, has to consist of mostly herbs and a few perennials because we do get below zero here on several occasions. And I want to deal with herbs and medicinal plants that are indigenous to this region. One of the herbs I do grow in my cottage garden that is very prevalent in the northern New Mexico high desert region is what they call the smudge stick or aromatic sage. It is used in ceremony in Native American tradition. It is also used as an aromatic and a cleansing agent. Basically, the leaves are gathered and wrapped with string and hung upside down to dry. And then, when you need, you light the end with a match, blow the fire out, and you wave the wand, the smudge wand or the smudge stick around, and it does clean out negative energies and it does clear the air and also purify it of any unwanted odors. Another very popular herb that probably everyone knows or has seen growing in gardens or alongside the road is what they call Russian sage. This is purely an ornamental plant. It is not medicinal or culinary, but it is aromatic and it can be used in potpourri. It can be also used as in sachets, and it can also be used as a dried herb for ornamental purposes. Another one of the herbs that I grow in my garden is wild sage. And this is wild aromatic sage. It's very much like the smudge stick from the Artissimus family. It is wild sage and it can also be used as a wand. It can be produced into a wand that can be used as an incense to cleanse, purify. The Native Americans also do use this as a diuretic, but it is very strong and I would not suggest people using it for prolonged periods of time. Now, one of the other herbs that grow wonderfully in my region is culinary sage. Culinary sage can also be used as a medicinal and also an aromatic. But culinary sage is very easy to grow, and there are several different varieties. The one variety that I have is the usual variety with the very pale green broad leaves that can be dried. Now you pick them at the height of the season when the little blue flowers. The flowers are edible and can be used in salads and in jellies, jams, and condiments. Another one of the herbs that grow wonderfully in this region, I don't know if you can see this, but this is oregano. This is not wild oregano. It is oregano that has been cultivated, but it is basically a very pungent herb that is used in medicinal and also culinary purposes. It's great for sauces, soups, and any dish that has tomatoes in it. And right next to that, you see some more garden sage. Now, one of the herbs that you can use for purely medicinal purposes is mullein. Mullein grows pretty much all over the southwestern states. It can get quite high. It can get up to 2 to 3 feet high, and it has a wand or a stem of very small yellow flowers. and it is a wayside plant. You see it growing by the side of the road or along paths, and it does like prairie and open sun. But you can always tell the mullein leaves because they're very large, very broad, and they have a velvet-like texture to them that is also a very pale sage green. Now the mullein is used for bronchial problems. It's used as a tea, and it can be also smoked. Um, the way it is prepared when you smoke it, you take the leaves when they're dried, and then you cover them with a very thin coating of honey and let that sit and let the leaves soften up again, and then those can be rolled into a cigar-like object that can be smoked. It is very good for bronchial, as I said before, and the lungs, and it is also has a lot of properties for bacterial. Now, one of the herbs that I do like growing here is garlic and onions. Everyone knows that. But do we know of the shallot? The shallot is kind of a middle ground between the onions and the garlic. It's a much milder flavor. It grows wonderfully in the southwestern region. And you can also gather the shallot up, and when the stems are still green, you can weave it into a wreath, and it can be used all winter long for your soups and condiments and dressings, and it's a very mild, pleasant taste. Now, as far as any other herbs we have herbs from the mint family that can be used for teas, sauces, and also for jams and jellies. So get out there, go out and find some herbs, either wildcraft them or grow them, and create your own medicinal, culinary, and aromatic herbal cabinet today. Okay? Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful fall day and are enjoying all the colors. Okay? Bye.